As many of us are preparing for the 9/11 event, some of us are living through the aftermath of that or any other traumatic event. Once our servicemen and women return home, often the battle for normalcy begins. And in this week's edition of Live Life Long, we'll show you how you can help some of our heroes find peace.
Those that never been to war, some people are very judgmental, where you're walking, you have both arms and legs. It's like, oh, you're okay, you're just faking it. But really, people that have never experienced warfare don't know what that individual was going through.
And oftentimes, trying to find ways to forget can lead down the wrong path.
Some people resort to drugs and alcohol. Fortunately, I did not resort to drugs, but alcohol was one. But it kind of like, it just numbs the pain, but it doesn't cure the pain.
Although there are counselors on the island, none specialize in PTSD.
Being that we have such a large majority of reservists, at the beginning, earlier in my tenure with TSA, we had our Echo company that went on 2 deployments, and they're fairly close together. And I just deal in working with them and hearing kind of what they go through. It's very heartbreaking for me to know that we currently have a system that provides minimal support, if that. And I always think of what their families are going through, what their spouses are going through.
But even without PSD specialists on island, there are government programs that may be able to help.
We have been hindered by federal resources when it comes to our folks and our folks who are veterans. But again, we're trying to make sure that we give them the help we need. This includes the governor's initiative of creating the new substance abuse and rehabilitation program. So the substance abuse and rehabilitation program has been catered mostly to folks who have suffered from drug abuse and alcohol abuse. But at the same time, another integral part of the purpose and mission of the substance abuse and rehabilitation program is folks suffering from PTSD.
As a community, we should also be aware of the signs.
Get more involved and more aware of your surrounding areas and even your neighbors. One of the things that we do know is a lot of times, especially those that are going through it really bad, they tend to isolate themselves. And so sometimes when you see that isolation, kind of keep also in back of your mind, like a perfect example is, when we do celebrations and fireworks, those loud bangs could trigger any emotion that may come out.
Once the signs are made evident, be supportive and let them know there is help.
There's no counseling available, but it's like counselors from Guam. They come down here on a quarterly or monthly basis or as needed to address those.
If once a month or once a quarter counseling is not enough, there are faith-based groups that may be able to help.
We need to get the whole community together. Churches are an integral part of it, but I think the government programs also have a lot of good people and trained who are able and are willing to help. So if we can do our part, the spiritual counseling, the spiritual discipleship, and they do a lot of the psychological and a lot of the specialized areas, and we do things together, I think we can do a lot more than what we're doing today.
Friends and family can also do their part.
Bless my dad. Sat me down and say, hey, I don't know what you went through, but I know it's been rough, but if you end up doing something and hurting a person or taking another person's life, all the years that you sacrificed to achieve that rank and what you've established in your civilian career is all down the drain for what? So it kind of got me thinking, and at least knowing that they have the best of interest and support from them, kind of just take things gradually day by day.
Now, if you would like to schedule an appointment with a PTSD specialist from Guam, you can do so by contacting Ruth Coleman at 322-0035. The important thing to remember is it is always okay to ask for help. It is the first step in healing and to living lifelong.